Today we'll be installing the Loam Stem from PNW Components. The tools needed for installation are a 4mm Allen wrench, a torque wrench that measures in Newton meters, plus whichever tools are required to remove your current stem. If you're installing a carbon fiber handlebar, check your handlebar manufacturer's recommendation regarding carbon assembly paste. It's typically easiest to install a stem with your wheels resting level on the ground. The fork and front wheel must be properly supported so that they don't fall out through the head tube when you loosen up your top cap. With your fork and front wheel supported, you can now begin by removing the faceplate of your existing stem and then removing the handlebar. Next, you'll want to loosen the clamp bolts holding the stem to the steerer tube. Once the stem bolts are loose, loosen the top cap bolt and huzzah! Now you can remove the old stem. But before you do, take note of how many headset spacers you have above and below your stem. Once the old stem is removed, give the steerer tube a quick wipe down with a clean cloth to ensure no corrosion or other debris is left over. Now it's time to install your Loam Stem with the same number of headset spacers you noted earlier. Be sure to have at least one 5mm 1 1/8 inch headset spacer under the Loam Stem. Depending on your existing stem stack height, you may need more or less spacers above the Loam Stem. With the Loam Stem and your headset spacers installed, you can now install your existing top cap and tighten the top cap bolt until snug. Next, reinstall your handlebar. If installing a carbon fiber handlebar, check your handlebar manufacturer's recommendation regarding carbon assembly paste. Remove the Loam Stem faceplate by removing each of the 4mm Allen bolts. Place your handlebar into the Loam Stem and replace the faceplate. Loosely tighten the 4mm Allen bolts. Rotate the bar to your preferred alignment and be sure the bar is in the center of the stem. Once the bar is in your preferred position, tighten the top two faceplate bolts until there is no gap between the faceplate and the stem body. Torque to 6 Nm. Once the top two bolts are tight, proceed to tighten the lower stem bolts. Torque these to 6 Nm as well. Note: proper torque is especially important with carbon handlebars, as they should never be over-torqued. This could cause damage which could result in personal injury or death, so please be very careful. If you used carbon fiber assembly paste, wipe away the excess at this time. Now that the bar is in place, tighten your top cap until there is no play in your headset. You can test this by holding the front brake of your bike, rotating the wheel and bars 90 degrees either way, and rocking the bike back and forth. If you feel any knocking or movement in the headset, proceed to tighten the top cap bolt until the movement is alleviated. Your handlebars and front wheel should rotate smoothly after this step. If they're slow to rotate, you may have over-tightened your headset, causing too much pressure on the headset bearings. Now it's time to get your stem centered. Try standing over the bike to visually identify whether the stem is centered over the front tire. Sometimes it helps to place your front wheel in a 90-degree corner of a room or workbench. Once everything is straight, tighten the stem clamp bolts to 6 Nm using a torque wrench. Now that your Loam Stem is properly installed, you're ready to go shred.